cutscene. Kind of sets the scene for Bayek's journey that we're going to embark on. The title card just said Siwa Oasis 49 BC, I think, or 59 BC. I always confuse those two. That's Bayek and Aya, looking pretty happy. So that thing on Bayek's shoulder is, it's called the Wajat, or the Eye of Horus, and it's a symbol of healing. It actually evolved into the RX, like the R with the X through the tail of the R that you see on the signs of pharmacies. The word itself means like to be well or to be healthy, and it's a really common Egyptian symbol that they kind of adopted more or less arbitrarily to be Bayek's Magi badge. Okay. And something went terribly wrong. We got a glimpse of Ptolemy.
You are the Magi from Siwa. I thought Magi were supposed to protect the Pharaoh. I am Magi to no Pharaoh. You see this? I can read my own name, Nek!
So Nek means fuck, basically. Not a great vocalization of the word, but we know what it's supposed to be.
In your sleep! Sleep? I never sleep. I just
Spoiler alert.
In the shadows.
Don't get too attached.
And I will kill you all! Everyone who sniffed the air that day in Siwa!
Alright, we've got our mission. We gotta hunt these evil dudes down. We got a bunch of sweet tattoos with their names. We're gonna cross them out with arrowheads before we murder them. First I have to fight this Hippotos. So here we go.
You killed my master and left me for dead! That was a mistake!
Your master was a murderer.
I am his sworn bodyguard!
My name is Hippotos.
It is a question of
I killed
honor!
my master.
I am
Prepare
the
to die.
Magi of Siwa.
Then you are a worthy opponent.
Oh, it wants me to lock on him. Oh, now I have to block. It's gonna make me do a lot of things.
I have your life, Magi.
For like the purpose of training me.
You are quick, Magi, but I am powerful.
Oh, you are powerful. And the floor is gonna come out. There's not much I can do about that. We're gonna come crashing down. Alright, so we're back at it.
A broken weapon won't save you. This place
I mean, it
will
will
serve
if
as
I use it
two,
to kill
one
you.
of us. Let it be you.
Let us call truce. You are not the one I've sworn to kill.
Question
Oops.
of honor.
Well, I did
It is a
that badly.
fight to the death.
So be it.
Dodge. Dodging. Oh, that failed. I dodged into him. Don't really have a lot of time to look at the scenery, but
Anubis awaits you.
okay, let's take a second and check out this place that we find ourselves in. It's a little grim right now. It's very orange. And the lighting is kind of this like late afternoon
Nek.
orange
way out.
slanty lighting. There is a way out. So, it's very orange. There's sand falling in. And it is
No footholds here.
pretty depressing,
I need to
but
find a way into it.
there's some
These
nice
scarabs must be coming from somewhere.
art. This actually says Ptolemy? Wait. Lemaios? I believe that's meant to say Ptolemy. Oh, yeah, okay, I see now. So, this thing at the top left that's sort of just like a weird hook shape, and then that little ball kind of inside the hook, those things should be connected. That should be the biliteral wa sign, which is used in Greek names to spell the letter O really often. So we have PTOL, that's actually a lion. Kind of doesn't look like much of anything here, but it's meant to be a lion viewed from the side. And then this weird sort of two-pronged forked shape is an M. And then there's two reed leaves, and the bolt of cloth is S. And this is probably like Ankh-Jet or something underneath it. I don't actually remember what should go in the name. But it's the name Ptolemy in hieroglyphs, which is pretty neat, because Ptolemy is the Weasley-looking guy that we just saw on the litter before everything went terribly wrong, and we had to fight that bodyguard. But yeah. Little nod to the historical time period. Now we are inside the ruins of this pretty glorious temple. It looks like we have a Hathor or an Isis type person, female, divine figure. Let's climb up and see. Kind of hard to see much of anything because there's not much light, but I'll get up here and pull out a torch. I forgot how to pull out a torch. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it's a goddess with uraei, those are those cobras around her headdress, and then a horned sun disk is what you can see behind Bayek here. So that's really commonly associated with different goddesses, but especially Isis and Hathor. Hathor because she's also a cow, so they're the horns of the cow. But then it's also connected to the moon, and then with Isis and images of Isis, it actually got borrowed into European Christian imagery as the sort of standard depiction of Maria. So in a lot of medieval Spanish art, you'll see Maria holding the infant Jesus with this crescent moon shape on her head, and that's probably originally derived from
centuries upon centuries ago.
the horns of Hathor, and then the horn sun disk that was associated with Isis. So I'm going to loot some things. Obviously, wait, how do I do Animus Pulse? I totally forgot. Up arrow, okay. The like D-pad on the left. Obviously, the idea of looting an Egyptian temple is pretty problematic. It's kind of a standard feature of video games, so it's just inherited from. You need in-game resources. You have to loot things, and that's just kind of the standard English term. It is unfortunately also the standard English term for.
Forgive me, Great Amun. I have need of this.
Well, there's a slight nod to the problems of stealing from archaeological sites. So yeah, looting is what it's called in games. It's also what it's called when people
of the ancients.
go to archaeological sites and just take the most valuable things out of them, thus destroying any sort of informational value they might have for our study of history, and generally also putting them in European museums where the descendants of the people who built them aren't easily able to go look at them. Looking at you, British Museum. Yeah, give the stuff back. Just give the stuff back. Alright, let's see what else we got in here. But I guess I can't be too critical right now as I run through and loot things myself. Although this is a computer simulation, so yeah. Climb down. generally make it a habit of lighting these braziers whenever I see them, just so I can tell where I've been before, and I don't end up getting confused and like retracing my steps over and over in these internal passageways. Kind of hard to keep track of. Side note, the name for this thing, a little bowl of fire on a stand, is brazier, not brazier. You'll hear some of the characters in this game, especially the Roman characters, will say, like, I'm lighting the brazier. And, I don't know, it's just a delightful mistake. He's definitely not taking some sort of, like, 1970s feminist stance. He's just mispronouncing the word brazier. Okay, so far so good. Clearly moving in a positive direction because we're still finding stuff. I need to get in here somehow. I'm just gonna climb in. Yeah, that works. There's another brazier. Let's go ahead and light it. There's another one. So I'm doing a whole playthrough, and I'm just going to randomly talk at kind of at the screen because I can't actually see whether anyone is watching this or not. But I'm going to take all these videos and put them on YouTube. If you wanted to come to the stream, okay, so it's about 10 minutes into my scheduled start time. So maybe there are some people here now. I've just started playing the game. Not much of anything has happened. We know that this dweeby-looking guy on a litter came through, and then it was Bayek and Aya, and they seemed happy, and then something went horribly wrong, and now it's 1 year later, and we got stuff to do. We just fought Hippatos and killed him, who was somebody's bodyguard. Was it the Heron? I can't remember the name of the first Order of the Ancients guy that you kill in the cutscene at the very beginning. But, you know, we put a knife through his head, so he's not a problem anymore. And now we're just kind of... We fell through the ceiling into this amazing ruined temple. And now we just kind of have to find a way out, but in the process we're going to learn some of the parkour and, you know, see some cool ancient stuff.
Up there. Light.
I'm going to climb up this statue of Horus. It's still giving me little tips because we're still at the stage in the game where we're kind of theoretically learning to use the controls, although this is not my first time playing this game. I don't think it's even my third time playing this game. I've played it a lot.
This wall.
Something about this wall. Oh, I don't have a bow yet. I have to go fight them.
Soldiers. Of course.
Right here, bud.
To battle! Come on!
What was that?
Get him! Die! Hepzibah! Watch out!
Hepzibah.
Bayek! Is that you? It is an ambush!
You are telling me?
It's an ambush.
Kill him! Kill his friend, and I'll take care of the Magi. You are supposed to...
Okay. Got him. Let's go get this stuff. Something... Oh, it's a cutscene. Okay. I thought something went wrong.
I see you have made new friends.
They were setting up an ambush. It's a good thing I came to welcome you, huh? Ah! It's been months. Look at that beard, huh?
It's been nearly a year, my friend.
Feels good to get out and fight. I am out of practice. In Siwa, everyone defers to the soldiers on pain of death, or worse.
I've killed one of the masked ones. The Heron.
Was the Heron? Yeah. The Heron.
4 more. Come. It has been a long road. You need rest?
No. No rest. Not until all the masked one's guts lie baking in the sand.
God,
Probably have to sleep
I
sometime,
have
Bayek.
missed you.
Alright, so now we're gonna learn
Where is your
to
mount?
ride on the horse. Or, oh, we have a camel at first.
There you are, boy.
Let us go, Sene.
How have you been holding up since I left?
It has been difficult, Bayek. Without you, the villagers look to me to keep order. But the soldiers have set up a garrison, and they rule over all.
A garrison in Siwa?
This is actually a famous sculpture. I think that's Taharka in front of the Ram of Amun, and they've modeled it. They might have actually. I know the model. There's like a 3D scan on Sketchfab, so they might have even borrowed the model, or redone it themselves. I don't know, but you see those everywhere. Those
Ptolemy wants the
rams,
entire region kept on the hill.
which
I
makes
do my
sense
best
because
to keep the
Siwa had a
villagers out of
temple
trouble.
to Amun.
I could use your help.
I'll do what I can.
Although I feel like it's kind of
But
to
do
the
not
east
forget,
of the oasis
I have my
itself
own justice to pursue.
in real life.
I knew I could count on you.
Perhaps this is meant to be it out here. Let's look at the map. Yeah, we're kind of south in like what is the Great Sand Sea. I feel like, if I remember correctly, the actual temple to Amun. So there's like the Shali Fortress, kind of. I guess it would be roughly here, maybe this mountaintop. In Siwa today, and then I feel like the temple to Amun is somewhere over this way. I don't remember exactly, but I've only been there a couple times. They definitely did a great job capturing
What happened here?
what Siwa looks
The
like.
garrison soldiers are brutal. If they suspect a villager is lying to them, they burn his neighborhood. And worse.
Wow. Monsters. Gotta take them down.
Whoa.
This is
Welcome
cool.
home, Bayek. Siwa has missed you.
Hieroglyphic name of Siwa. I don't actually know the ancient Egyptian name of Siwa, so I would have to look it up, but I guess that's probably correct. I don't know.
Oh, all you have. Your farms, your goods, your children.
Villages are drained of
You owe
life.
your very life.
No one in the Wahat could make a move.
Interestingly,
without
the
being
English word
questioned,
oasis
threatened.
comes
That's so it
via
beats.
Greek from the ancient Egyptian word wahi, so that's kind of interesting. And this was like the original wahi. It's quite large, and it's still a really pretty town today with
We all have learned to obey
springs
keep our heads
and
down. You see how it is.
salty
Let's not
lakes
attract attention.
and town
Are you going to
center,
go
and
to
then
your house?
date palm
Nothing there
groves.
for me.
Looks a lot like this in real life. It's a really interesting place.
Tell me about the ibis.
Medunamun.
Is he here?
He is the
ibis.
plague on the oasis.
He wears
As you can
purple
see,
lipstick.
the soldiers have become more brutal since he arrived. Before they got drunk and fought with the villagers. Now that Medunamun is here, they are disciplined and vicious.
All the more reason to kill him.
Behold
Do not
what
take him
becomes
lightly.
of those who
He
disobey
is lean
Medunamun.
and sinewy,
Priest to the Pharaoh.
but very powerful.
I don't know what the Medunamun actually means.
Whoa.
It doesn't.
Oh,
Maybe it should be obvious, but I mean, it has
leave
the
your
name
mouth.
Amun
You
in
will
it.
not stray far.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead,
there's,
Oni.
Hey, kitty cat.
Rest, my friend. It has been a difficult day.
I have no interest in rest. I must prepare for this man.
Hetzibah! Hetzibah! Once again, the soldiers! Bayek!
Rabia! My Rabia!
I am worried about you.
You know me, eh? You should be worried.
Look at you. Cuts? Contusions?
I'm fine.
Sit. Sit. Sit.
I would say no to Rabia.
You haven't
It's the
changed.
lady that you just don't
And
argue
I,
with.
I've always patched you two up. Made excuses to your parents. Times have changed, but you, I can count on.
I don't really have anything to add to this. Such a cool house.
Slumbering Osiris. I thought you would never wake up.
Rabia patched me up and
I let you sleep. You need to be alert to tangle with Medunamun. In fact, my friend,
a new bow.
see if you like it. Best spot to hit is right in the head.
Okay. Aim for body mass, kids. But, yeah. Alright.
One of the dummies is sturdier than the other. More arrows in the
Got
rack
him.
over there.
Okay. Aim carefully. Wow. One shot, one kill.
Good.
Hepzibah!
What is it?
Soldiers are coming for you!
Go. Come, quickly.
Oh man.
Make certain no one gets out of the house alive.
Hepzibah! We're just here to talk. No Mark
I
Rujek's
don't know
been
what sort of
killed.
flowers these are.
Your friend, the Magi, may have been involved. Come out, if you wish to clear his name.
A lot of the flora and fauna in this game is really well done.
Look!
Trying to
You will
crouch.
find my
I'm
letters
really
and
trying.
burn down my place.
Pushing the
I
button.
will be executed.
Don't worry. I will take care of this.
Watch out.
Okay, there
What's
we
that? Who's there?
Keep
go.
low.
Nobody.
He is getting too close.
I'm gonna assassinate him.
Hey!
Got him.
Now for the rest of them.
Okay, let's go get him. As I was saying, the flora and fauna in this game is generally really well done.
They think they can ambush us.
They did a good job of... Well, I pushed it. Do it. Alright. Got him.
Do not leave the bodies out in the open.
Anyone covering to the north?
No, I'm just gonna leave the bodies out because they're not gonna get there fast enough for it to matter.
Could be.
Okay. Stay in this wheat, which is almost ripe. I love the dumb things they say. I feel like we're being watched, like Bugs Bunny. Hey, guy. Okay, return to Hepzibah. Let's get this stuff real quick. Okay. And out we go. Pretty efficient.
That does it.
Thank you, Bayek. I told you these Neketiadids do not care.
Naked
I cannot believe their gall.
It is sad. Come upstairs. I will show you all the Magi duties of Siwa.
Okay, this is where I'm going to get like a list of quests. Naked Iadet is kind of
All
roughly...
the problems of Siwa are here.
Let's come back
I
to
try to
that.
help everyone, but it is more than I can do.
So you are telling me you do not have the powers of a god?
But the real problem is that man you want to kill. Medunamun. The people were hopeful when he first arrived. Surely things would improve.
Oh gosh. It's
We
too busy.
soon learn the truth, actually.
I fear for the safety of your family, priest. I will move them to a more secure area.
That is the man you're up against.
like how he wears like sparkle
I will
glitter.
find him and kill him.
Medunamun is a lot more powerful than he looks, and he is surrounded by the finest soldiers.
I do not care.
You'll be killed. You need to get tougher if you want to murder that spindly shit. For sure, you'll need better armor.
I can make that myself.
Weapons are more difficult. The soldiers took everything in the village.
I will talk to the blacksmith.
Yes, Benipe can certainly make something for you.
Benipe
Or
means
Senu can help
iron.
you find what you need.
Senu? Senu is alive.
This bird's like 1,000 years old.
Look who is coming.
Senu, old girl. In fine form.
Rabia has nursed her to health.
I must thank her.
The people are desperate for your help, Bayek. They'll help you if you help them.
I understand.
Looks like my cat, but in bird form. Okay, so a few things. Neket Yadet, there's a word Yadet that means like pestilence, I think, or plague or whatever. So Neket Yadet is sort of like fucking pestilence, roughly. It's not authentic Egyptian, obviously, but, you know, pretty good. So he calls them Neket Yadets. You'll hear that throughout the game. What else? Benipe, the blacksmith's name, means iron, but it originally meant metal from sky. So Benipe, it's like three words that you know, came together into one Egyptian word, and it's because they recognized that that iron came from meteors, and before the invention of iron smelting, it was the only source of iron. So there's this famous dagger that was found in Tut's tomb. It's an iron dagger, but it was made of meteoric iron, and then that name sort of stuck, iron from sky, or metal from sky, and it remained the word for iron all the way into Coptic. Let's see what else. Senu, I think it's a Benelli's eagle. It's actually a masculine name, Senu, but Senu is female, so that's a little strange. They could have named her like Sunti or Snooty or something, but it means like, it's related to the word for two, and it means like companion or like member of a pair, essentially. It's also related to the word for brother and sister, so it kind of has this idea of like partner or sidekick, and also like friend. So that's kind of cute. Bayek, incidentally, I don't think I mentioned this, but it's from the Egyptian word Bach, that means falcon. So there's a lot of raptor imagery in Assassin's Creed, as I'm sure you already know, and they're keeping that, but finding ways to tie it into Egyptian language, which is pretty cool. Okay, so now it wants me to go find a quest. Let's see what we got here. Maybe let's check our gear, see if we got anything good. I'm gonna need to improve this. I don't know what they actually want me to do. I guess I could have a sword or a mace. Sword's better in my opinion. The heavy blunts can be fun in this game, but they are really slow and not all that great for like rapid combat. Oh, loot arrows. I'll go ahead and get that right away. That's one of the things that you definitely notice in this game, is you just never quite have enough arrows. Okay, so we got the heron and we're looking for the ibis. These guys come later, and you know, spoiler alert, it's not only going to be these 5. This whole space is going to get filled up with evil guys we got to hunt down. We also need to smash this statue. We need to climb up on this thing and unlock our fast travel point. There's a reason so many people think this is the best Assassin's Creed game, and although Valhalla is an absolutely excellent game, it's definitely missing this. Unlocking the fast travel points improves Senu's vision, so you can tag soldiers more easily. You don't really need that in Valhalla because you can do the Odin sight lets you kind of spot where all the enemies are. But I really prefer the Senu way, even though it adds an extra step. Doing that thing where you kind of fly over the fort and look at all the enemy soldiers and tag where they are, it encourages you to kind of improvise a plan and try to execute it. Wow, what do you want from me? Okay, done? Good? Nope. Oh, I have to actually choose one. Whatever. Craft a breastplate, great.
I need to hunt for leather.
I need to hunt for leather.
Bayek,
I'm gonna go ahead and
I need
accept
some
all
help
these
with the requests
quests
on my
too,
table if you have any time.
because I'm eventually gonna do them.
Freshwater spring in the Amanai cave. I know that cave.
There's a cave with some
Better
bandits.
look
We gotta
into
get
it.
rid of the bandits.
Medunamun. Not like him to give up.
I'm sorry. There it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and unlock this fast travel point since we're already pretty nearby. And it never hurts. Oh yeah, I was saying about arrows. That was the first skill I got. Because you always seem to find arrows when you don't need them. I've noticed that in Valhalla too, with like the magic mushrooms that you eat that give you adrenaline slots. You never find them when you've had to fight a dozen guys and you've used up your adrenaline. You always find them at some random place where your adrenaline slots are already full. So if I can be allowed a few critiques, I'd put that on there. Put resources where people need them. They don't have to make sense. Like, there can be a box of arrows, just in a corner somewhere for no reason. I don't think anybody is that concerned about this weird idea of realism. I don't know, realism in games is one of those things that people always claim they want. Because if you ask someone off the cuff, like, do you care about realism, people always say yes. But I don't think anyone actually gives a shit when it comes down to it. If we want it to be in real life, I wouldn't be sitting here playing this game. I'd just go, do work or something. I don't really buy that's something that people really prioritize as much as game makers talk about it.
Clear the way!
Okay, so we got some date palms. We've got some rocky features that are definitely taller than they are in real life. I don't even know about that. They might not be. They might be about right. But in general, things in this game tend to be sort of taller than they are in real life, just for the sake of parkour. I don't have auto loot, so I actually need to go, like, deliberately. Okay, I'm gonna need some more leather than that. Oh, Senu got one. Thank you, Senu.
Looks awesome.
The little robot voice doesn't really know how to pronounce whatever word that is. But my something looks awesome, and I'm just gonna assume that you said everything. My everything looks awesome, and I totally agree. Wow. Swing and a miss. Let's find some others. I know they're out here somewhere. Move the reticule. R to target soft leather and press X to track it. Okay, I don't really want to do that. I'll just run around until I find them. Yeah, screw that. It's gonna make me do that, so I'm just gonna find an antelope. Is that what this animal is called? I honestly can't remember. Oops. Sorry, I've gotten used to all of the Valhalla controls. Oh, and I have 2 camels now. I would like to have 0 and just 1 horse. I guess I should have done that before going hunting. We'll figure it out. This is, interestingly, more or less what actual places in real-life Siwa look like.
Whoa.
It's really pretty. It's also quite strange if you haven't spent a lot of time in places where...
Camel or horse? Which is more accurate for the time period?
Probably horse. So the question I got was camel or horse, which is more accurate for the time period? Probably horse. camels, I think, were already being used at this time for caravans. I think. I'm not totally sure about that. I would need to look it up to be sure. But I think it's much more likely that a person like Bayek, living in an Egyptian town, would have just used a horse.
Thanks to Neith, goddess of hunting.
I think he just said... I think he said Neith. Neith. Yeah, that's definitely Neat, the goddess of hunting. Let's kill this and get some of that good stuff. I'll go ahead and get these guys too, just because you always need more resources. Center. Oh, crafting available. That's what that little Soviet icon means. Let's see, what can I craft? Oh, I can craft my breastplate. Wonderful. Let's see how we get more arrows. Need lots of wood. And I'm gonna guess that I get wood most easily by attacking those little transport caravans of soldiers. So definitely going to do some of that. I also need these resources that are produced, I think it's pelts or something, that are produced by the cats, so I actually do have to fight these panthers. Or leopards, sorry. I'm not happy about it. I would prefer that the game never require me to fight cats. If you find this disturbing, just look away for a second. Oh no. Oh no. Oh crap. There he goes. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to hunt more of those. I'll probably wait till I'm a higher level though, just because that was a little brutal. Yeah, I'm kind of a cat person. Not a big fan of fighting the wolves or dogs either. It's just, yeah. Much more happy fighting people. If I could be totally honest. Gotta get one of these, right? Senny will get one for me.
Whoa.
Oops. I'm eventually gonna remember which button does that. I'm so used to the Valhalla button. Okay. So Senu got one of these guys. There it is. Okay, we got some stuff, and let's look at the map and let's see what's next. I bet we have some fast travel points to do. I actually kind of just walked right past one. We got a question mark activity. A couple of question mark activities. I can only tag one thing at a time. So I'm going to tag that travel point and just... I'm sure we'll encounter the question mark activity on our way there. Oh, it's this fort. That's what it is. Yeah, don't really want to go walking in there. Especially at this level.
Whoa.
You really want to be strategic about how you get into forts, because if you alert all the soldiers, they will take you out pretty quickly. So you want to be smart about it and be an assassin. Probably my favorite thing about Assassin's Creed, if I had to pick one thing about the games in general, is the amount of independence you have in choosing how to conquer a particular area. So I can do this in just about any number of ways. I could run in there guns blazing if I wanted to, and probably get killed pretty quickly because I'm at a really low level. But I can also sneak in. I can sneak in from any direction. That's definitely one of the things that really attracted me to these games as games, not just the ancient Egyptian setting. Is
the stone circle.
Oh, the stone circle.
I brought Hemu here not so long ago.
Is it, am I looking at it in the distance? Is that what I'm saying? I guess that's it. kind of in the center of the screen? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that must be it. Okay, so that's where I'll go.
What does Kimu mean?
Hemu. Hemu means little boy. Interestingly, we were just talking about this in Coptic class. It's the word that becomes shame in Coptic. So that's Shai, Ada, Mu. So, yeah, so like you would transcribe it S-H-E-M, shame. It comes from a late Egyptian word, hemu, that means small, and it's the masculine. And it's also a good example of this phenomenon that Marwan wrote about in his book on group writing, where the semi-vowel, like the oo at the end, is actually probably in the middle of the word. So it seems to be the case that when Egyptian marks the presence or the value of a vowel, it actually puts it after the final consonant of the syllable, and but it's meant to go inside. So the word was probably hum, with the u in the middle, and I think that because a lot of those late Egyptian oo sounds became adas in Coptic. I don't think anyone's really come up with a perfectly satisfactory answer as to why, but for whatever reason there is a shift where they became... I love that, I kill you. Such a silly thing to say. So yeah, that's probably home to shame. He's lighting the brazier. No, go ahead and light the brazier. Go for it. So I don't know if you noticed, but I booby-trapped this. There he goes. Got him. A soldier is trying to light the brazier. Okay, so I just donked up my whole plan about not getting spotted by everyone. So that's how this is going.
You're going to pay.
Let's see if I can actually fight my way out of this. It's not going great. Wow. Okay, everyone in the whole fort is after me. Do I have this skill? Yes. I just poked him. He's fine.
Hey, I've got trouble here.
There's a place in heaven just for you.
Got him. Okay, so yeah, it could be going worse. It could be going way worse. It's not going great though. Alright, whittled him down to 2, including the big guy. Oh man, he's got arrows.
You shit! Die!
We all do. Got him. I am playing on easy mode, but I can still be a little proud of that. Let's see. Okay, that's not the way I intended that to go, but I didn't really take a lot of steps to prevent it either. So that's kind of on me. I wasn't even really being sneaky. I think I got distracted by the linguistic question. But keep them coming. That's a good question. There's really a lot to be said about why the boy is named Hemu and what we know about the history of that word, kind of starting in the New Kingdom and going all the way into Coptic. If you see the phrase Shere Shem in Coptic, that literally means little boy child. Shere is boy or son, and Shem is little. So Shere Shem is a really common fixed phrase. It means little boy. You'll see in Coptic texts if you read Coptic texts, or if you join the Coptic class, which...
Hey Christian, cool that you're restreaming on here.
I didn't really understand that question. Who are you restreaming on here? Can you say it again? I don't actually know how to see these questions. Oh man, somebody sees me. Oh my gosh. Time to get into...
It is cool that you are streaming on here.
Oh, cool. Yeah. There's definitely a lot of cool stuff to talk about in this game. I've also heard from quite a few people now who say that this game got them interested in the study of history in
Gotta do
ancient
more
Egypt.
of these in the future.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to make this a regular thing. I'm planning to go through the entire game. So, and I'm going to take this video after the stream is finished and upload it to my YouTube channel as well. So they'll be there, for the foreseeable future where you can go watch them if you're interested. Which one of these things do I need? Oh, well that seems really useful. I might just have to get that one. Second bow seems less essential right now. Oh, headshot XP. Oh, that's definitely the one I'm gonna get. Because anything that ups your XP. Let's do assassination. That's definitely kind of like compound interest kind of thing. Like invest early and often and pays off in the long run. Did I mess with my gear? I might have a better shield. No. Okay, that's probably good for now. Yeah. Alright, yeah, there will be a lot more streams. I'm hoping to go through the whole game. Obviously, Saturdays can be a little bit exhausting just because I teach the class in the morning, and then by the afternoon I'm often kind of just like, I don't know, taught out, if that's a word. But this is pretty easy. Unless I'm just being super lazy, I should be able to do these streams. And it will be really cool to have a playthrough of the entire game with, not all the information, but all the information I can think to say while playing it. It'd be kind of nice to just create that documentation. And maybe of some use to people who want to study this subject. Oh no. Oh man. Well, okay. Well, that worked out however it worked out. I thought I saw another guy in here somewhere. Go into this little area. Huh, I guess not. He must have been the guy who came back out and was fighting one of the rebels. Okay. And let's just see if there's any more stuff in here. Yeah, there's quite a bit more stuff. It's probably arrows. Oh yeah, okay, another critique. I wish there was some way to signal the difference of an arrow clutch versus some sort of valuable. Because once you've cleared a place, you get all these little dings that mean there's something to find, but then all that's left is arrows, so you're just like finding a zillion arrows that you can't actually get. Once I get the little smoke bomb, you'll probably see me obsessively dropping smoke bombs just so I can actually loot the arrows. Dear Mutas, it is important that we keep our foothold in Siwa, or else they will have our heads. I love you with all of my Ka. Ka is a it's a sort of, it's an Egyptian concept, like a philosophical concept. It's something that everyone has. It's like part of your person, in the same way that like your body or your name is like a part of you. The Ka it's often translated soul, or it's just translated like this as Ka because we don't really have an English word for it. But it's kind of like life force. It's like the thing that you have inside of you that makes you a living thing. And then when you're dead and you're turned into a mummy, your Ba, which is sort of more like soul, and your Ka, which is like the energizing life force, need to unite in the afterlife so that you can have a blessed afterlife. Anyway, so I love you with all my Ka. However, no amount of offerings or prayer can replace the will of a warrior. Through battle we speak to the gods. Sure. Whatever. Kind of see battle as something necessary rather than divine, but yeah. It is a game about fighting, so. Okay, got some more stuff inside these pillows. I see another little triangle over here, something that I missed. I'll go back in there and get it. Oh, it's the arrows. See? It's not something I missed. Okay, that's probably good. I think in these streams I'm going to try to be less obsessive about looting every single little thing. Because it's perfectly possible to go all the way through the game without doing that. And it's probably pretty boring to watch. If I were playing completely on my own, I would almost certainly loot every single thing of value. Excuse me one second. Is that our Girl Scout cookies? Yeah. Oh my goodness.
In a little bag.
Nice. Okay, I'm back. A Girl Scout just delivered some more cookies. If you haven't bought your cookies, you need to get on that, because supporting the Girl Scouts is a good thing to do, and you get cookies out of the deal. This is our second round of cookies. You can never have too many Girl Scout cookies. I'm definitely going to be slightly chubbier next stream. I'm not even sorry. Alright, we're going to the stone circle. I think this starts the Bayek's Promise quest, which is where he... Well, there will be a cutscene. It'll explain. But interestingly, these stone circles actually exist. The most famous one is at Nabta Playa, and I don't really know that much about it, but I don't think we know for sure what it is. It's really old, older than Pharaonic civilization.
The stone circles show the gods' places in the sky. And your grandfather once told me they also show our place in the world.
I'm going to find every stone circle, the Sphinx and the pyramids too. And I'll find my place.
Bayek's such a good dad. Just taking his kid to check out the cool circles.
And you will have them.
Okay, there we go. Bayek's Promise. I don't actually need to track the quest because it's just going to take place over the course of the whole game. But I'm going to find more of these. I think this is going to be a moon. Kind of looks like the hieratic for the divine classifier. Oh, they made it super easy. It's just right here. Got him. Yes, Amun. If you're wondering what Amun is,
what
or
is
what
the
he's
accent that they have used for those non-player characters?
Good question. So I believe that they were recorded in the United States, and a lot of times they have accents that I can't really place perfectly. I feel like sometimes they're sort of Caribbean accents, but I'm not really great at telling what they are either. Sometimes it does sound like people have like modern Egyptian accents, like they sound the way Egyptians do when they speak English today. Sometimes they have more of like a Caribbean sound to me, or maybe even like a sort of a West African sound. But they're mostly for I don't know what the word is, like for kind of a foreign character, because the sound design in this game, it's definitely the least care that was put into this game went into the NPC dialogue and sound recording, because they say random things that don't really make any sense. Often they're just kind of random jumbles of mispronounced Egyptian phrases. They used the academic pronunciation that we use for Middle Egyptian because we don't actually know how to pronounce it. So in an academic situation, we use that pronunciation because it's markedly
Do
incorrect.
they ever use any reconstructed Egyptian language for any of the characters?
Oh yeah, quite a bit. So that question was, do they ever use any reconstructed Egyptian language? Yeah. Hepzibah earlier called people Neket Yadets, which is like, I think fucking pestilence is roughly what they were going
Bayek,
for.
take care. Siwa is a dangerous place.
Thanks, man. And yeah, it's just all over the place. Actually, it's not super thoughtful. It's kind of
Our Medjay has returned.
it's kind of like what you would do if you had taken a couple of Middle Egyptian classes and kind of weren't totally plugged into what we know about the language and how we know what we know and what we're still trying to figure out. It's kind of a, I guess you could call it like a little learning situation, but there is lots of attempts at using real ancient Egyptian in this game. The irony is that at this time...
What does Hepzibah mean?
I have no idea what Hepzibah means. I'd have to look it up. Hep... could be like law, and then Zepha... What would Zepha be? I'm guessing it's HP ZF Aleph. I'm guessing that's the word that they're going for, and so it's probably Hep, one word, which would be like law or something, or rule, or norm, whatever, and then Zepha. Actually, I'll just look it up real quick. Let's see what we can find. I'll look it up while we're talking to this dude. I think this is Benipe, whose name again means iron.
What happened to your blacksmith shop?
Those naked Yadet soldiers.
There we go.
Ptolemy's captain saw me making a sword and accused me of being a rebel.
So I'm using the...
wrong.
They confiscated my tools.
I'm using the AAU app, so it's AAOU, Egyptian Dictionary, on my phone. I'm just going to look up Zepha real quick.
Not until I get my hammer and tongs back. And I have to get that ugly-ass Apap captain off my ass.
Ugly as
Is this captain with the tools somewhere I can find him?
At the foot of the hills west of here. Camp Shetje.
Camp Shetje? I think I have already solved your problem, Benipe. And I didn't even know it.
Oh, neat, I
Here
already
are your
did.
tools.
Oh, it's,
That captain won't ever come back here.
At last, I can reopen my
hatred?
shop. Many
Hatred
thanks.
or neglect?
My
So
pleasure.
Hep is like law, and Sepha means neglect or disdain. So it's probably an attempt at translating... Okay, we got it, guy. It's probably an attempt at translating the word
They're all of equal
scofflaw
value.
into Egyptian. Law disdainer. Because he's a rebel. Oh, the spear,
That spear.
obviously. Yeah. I mean, the spear is
Thank you, my friend.
far and away the best
Come
weapon
by
in
my
this
shop
game, no
anytime,
question.
Bayek.
Because you can do this thing where you, like... Wait, I have to equip it. Hang on. You do this thing where you, like, swing it around, and it just, like, chops everyone. Oh, no! I have to level up to use it. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there soon enough. And then you'll see how great the spear is. Let's go chop this stupid
He has
statue.
brought great sorrow to us all.
Generally against iconoclasm, but in this case it has political purpose.
The
So
statue has
they
been
have not
destroyed.
had a proper scholar on
not the
for
men behind it.
reconstructing the dialogue in Egyptian?
So, Perrine Poron, who did a lot of the historical background, is a very competent scholar. I think she's just not a language specialist, which is true of most Egyptologists. Most Egyptologists are not language specialists and don't kind of obsess over the proper pronunciation of the language like nerds like me do, and that's totally fine. I also think that from what I gather, she didn't actually have much say in how they did the audio. They collected a bunch of phrases from her and got kind of the rough reconstructed pronunciation, and then sent it to their sound guy and said, like, you know, just record a bunch of audio of people saying these things. And he obviously isn't a scholar of ancient Egyptian. He's an audio engineer and director, so he recorded the audio, but it didn't end up being correct because, of course, how could it? If it's not something you specialize in. So I think it was just like, it was kind of I think they just kind of phoned it in a little bit, honestly, because they didn't realize that there were going to be massive dweebs like me playing this game and critiquing the Egyptian in it. And you can't really blame them for thinking that. But yeah, there are people who genuinely do know quite a lot about Egyptian language and will notice if you don't get it right. So if you're an artist or a designer intending to do anything with ancient Egyptian, shoot me an email. Probably.
Papa, you found it. Can I have it back?
If you're working on some kind of project that's just like a passion project, I'll happily help you pro bono. If it's a commercial project, I'll probably expect you to pay me for my work, but in either case, at least send me an email. Because that's the one real substantive criticism of this game, is that they just didn't really put the effort in with the language, and it definitely shows. Okay, there's some stuff. There's something downstairs that I missed. Let's go down there and get it. I didn't really do my little finding thing before. I think this was my house. It's kind of weird that you're just... You get that from the cutscene with Hemu. You get that this, like, oh, this used to be my house and we lived here together. I feel like it's a little subtle for a video game. Video games are kind of more clear about the lore and the backstory and that kind of thing. But yeah, that was probably Bayek's house. Okay, I already did the Blacksmith quests, more or less by accident. I'm not level 4 yet, so I can't use my cool spear. Let's see what I have in here. Got a bunch of junk. Got some animal stuffs. Oh, and I got this little toy. That is a Horus with a double crown. Bayek carved it for Hemu for his 6th birthday. That's nice. Okay, I need more leather. Need more wood. Probably should just attack some caravans and get some wood. I have no problem.
Have you ever been approached by movie directors or game creators or similar to reconstruct Egyptian for their use?
Yes, actually. So I think it was 2017. I worked on a project for the Tribeca Film Festival. We did an ad campaign called Great Stories Are Timeless. If you Google that phrase, Great Stories Are Timeless, you'll probably find the campaign. So every year, the Tribeca Film Festival does a sort of retrospective where they look at things that are X years old. So they look at something that's 10 years old and something that's 20 years old. So we had a bunch of movies that they were including in the festival that came out years or decades ago, and we kind of did the stories of those movies in Egyptian tomb scene style with hieroglyphs, including like quotes from the movies and things like that. And that was awesome. I watched all these movies. I watched Apocalypse Now. I watched a bunch of episodes of The Simpsons. I watched Say Anything, which I had never actually seen before. The movie where John Cusack, like, holds the what's it called, boombox above his head, playing that Sting, is it a Sting song, like an 80s song, and I like translated parts of the song and it's like in front of him. I translated quotes from the movies. The Simpsons ones, we actually translated quotes from The Simpsons, and then the artist that I was working with, one of them is named Josh Lane, and he has an Instagram. You should go find him. We still actually work together to create Egyptian texts, and he does the art, and I translate things into Egyptian and send them to him. But he also designed these the specific glyphs. So, for example, in the Simpsons panels, there's a really common hieroglyph that's like a hillside, and we did like the tire fire as the hillside, and we did like the three-eyed fish as the fish hieroglyph. That's pretty common. I don't actually remember all of them at this point, but if you look that up and look at the Simpsons panels, or if you go to my Instagram, which I think is called Osar Noctis, the same as my Twitch username, you should find those. I posted them on Instagram. then you can zoom in and like see the special hieroglyphs we made. Oh, we did. This is Spinal Tap, which I had also never seen, and I know this is not going to make me popular to say this, but I hated that movie. Everyone loves that movie so much, and I just could not stand it. I thought it was an awful movie, but I still had a lot of fun with the glyphs because
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I know I'm responding to you at a bit of a delay, but yeah, it was really cool. Definitely go check it out. And I'm always happy to do more. Using Egyptology to create art is probably the single best use of my skills I can possibly imagine. So yeah, if you're working on some kind of art project, definitely hit me up. I will happily help you with it. Okay, family reunion is over here. Let's look at... I went by level, but I think I should probably go by nearness. Wait, water rats. What is water rats? That's the one where there's like bandits up here in this cave, I think. I think this is the one where I have to rescue the little kids. So let's go ahead and do that because I'm kind of close to it. I need to go. I've got to go get a different animal too. I am not happy riding around on a camel. I don't even know why, but you know, I never see anyone streaming on a camel either. It's like it seems like everybody gets a horse because it's just more pleasant to ride on a horse. The camel is like, I don't know, it feels clunky. Pardon me? I have no idea what she says there. Chaberet? I don't know what that means. Oh, well that's not really... That's not what I meant to do.
Come to trade then.
Let's talk this dude. Let's sell this. Cannot sell. Let's buy something. Okay. 300 drachmae horse.
Price, no?
I think the differences are
well, my friend.
largely cosmetic on the mounts. Although the difference between a camel and a horse is pretty substantial, because yeah, camel feels really clunky. Actually, let me see if I can sell that. Excuse me again. See if we can sell that camel. Let's just
come for a haggle, neighbor.
Be done with it. Yeah, sell. Okay. All right.
Farewell and good fortune.
It's quite a markup. I mean, I guess he has to
stop right there.
Stable them. Okay. I kind of lost my sense of direction. I guess I'm going over this way.
Move!
Oh man, these guys might have wood. Let's just check real quick. No, they have iron, it looks like, which I also need, but I don't know. Let's go save some kiddos. Worry about the wood and iron later.
Whoa.
Wait. Oh, this is the one where I rescued the people. I totally went the wrong way. That's why I was so confused. Yeah, I want to go rescue these kids. I feel like that's... That's definitely the first thing I want to do. And I'll go get the farmers after. Okay, that didn't work out. Oh, sorry, fella. That was a bit rough. Let's see if I can get through here somehow. There we go. Okay, there's a little bridge. And there's some guys. Do I attack them? Let's go ahead and attack them real quick. They might have some good stuff. Man, the reach on that little sword is awesome.
love how people barely move and your horse just hits them and they get up like nothing is wrong.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. I generally try to avoid running people down with the horse, but they seem to do fine. You know, they get better. If you run them over with the chariot, they die, so that's best avoided. Look, little things. Nice. Oh man, I gotta get auto loot. That's definitely a skill that could have just been there from the beginning. I don't really need to go in circles looting things. Okay, let's go in this cave. I know there's some kiddos trapped in here somewhere. Was there being little rascals and climbing around in caves? This is a real place, by the way. The Mountain of the Dead is a real place in Siwa. I've been there a couple times. It's pretty cool. There's tombs, and there's actually there's human bones just lying around on the ground. It's really odd. Like you'd think it would be like an archaeological site, but you could just walk around and yeah.
It's dangerous here. Get on home.
Bayek,
Finuku.
you're back?
Where is
I don't know what that
Chenzira?
means either.
He wanted to see the skulls in the hyena den, but the hyenas came back. I ran this way. Chenzira ran over by the tomb.
You are lucky the hyenas didn't chase you. Go back to the village. I will find your brother. What?
Do I have to tell my parents?
Chenzira got you into this. He will have to talk to them. Now go ahead.
Seems fair. Okay. So, torch. So there are some huite out there. I actually just passed by where they're going to be. Nope, not breakable. And so we're gonna have to go through this tomb, get whatever stuff we can find. However you do that,
Okay.
like that. I didn't actually understand that. The little robot reading voice is not excellent. Okay, let's see what this is. Menhotep the Great. Pah. More like Menhotep the Cheap.
The Coptic word for hyena.
Oh, yeah. She definitely cannot read Coptic correctly, because it's not how it came out. Yeah. Hoite. More like Menhotep the Cheap. There's no way to get all the idols I know are here. I've smashed through one of these blasted walls, but the scarabs are vicious. Wow. Said no one ever. Scarabs are... they're just little beetles. I'll come back later with something to kill all the bugs. Your damned tip is killing me. Anen. Anen is the Egyptian word for we. Seems like it would not be a name. Be weird to name someone we. As in us, we. The we. Also, scarabs are the least scary animal ever. They're not even interested in humans. But you know, the old mummy, not the old mummy, but the good mummy. The scarabs, like, eat the dead or something. And then they put that guy in the coffin with all the scarabs and they eat him. And it makes them seem scary, but they're not actually scary. They're just little bugs. Trying to get the spider web.
How did Chenzira
Ooh,
get through
that
here?
scene where the scarabs get under their skin really gets under my skin.
Oh yeah, fair enough. That is creepy and gross. Not a thing that really happens in real life, obviously. Okay. Ooh, I'm so bad at these things. I've never gotten good at these things. Okay, I want to go sideways. Come on, sideways. Sideways. Nope. Nope. Okay, let's just go to the other side. Sure hope someone from Ubisoft watches this stream at some point and is like, oh, there's at least one idiot who just cannot manage these fucking things. Let's Let's redesign the way these things work. I could never get them. Thai?
What does the name Menhotep mean?
Menhotep means Min is satisfied. So Min is Egyptian god. You should look him up. He's kind of funny looking. You'll see why. And yeah, most Egyptian names are theophoric, meaning they have the name of a god in there and then they express something about that god. Jim Allen believes that they are not sentences, that they are all phrases that have the god in them. Most Egyptologists think that they are just sentences, like Menhotep means Min is satisfied as a sentence. So I guess it's a state of Min Hetepu or something. Tai Miu Etta. This is like this, and then Miu is cat. I'm not sure what the et is, but I think it might be et like Smurfette. Like this cat lady. You're the great cat, the avenger of the gods, the emerald-eyed, the one who walked by himself. By himself? You were given dominion over the mice and rats who stole our grain, and you decreed we should not starve. May your journey through the reed fields be full of vermin. Yeah, I wish the same for my little cat. Okay. Oh, there's some of this stupid silica stuff that you need for some reason. At some point later it comes in and you have to do something with it. Agathoclea, mother of Teddy, wife of Menhotep.
Let's see how she handles actual Unicode Coptic.
Do it. Let's see what happens. Okay, she has a Greek name. I'd be surprised if
Coptic
it produces.
Text follows.
It's just silence. It said Coptic text follows and then silence. So she just gives up. That's a shame.
Tenzira, are you all right?
I can't believe you are back.
Oh, cutscene.
You should not be in here.
I'm hiding from hyenas.
She
Felipe
just
told me
skips
about
it.
that. It is not enough to get yourself in trouble.
Lazy.
Now you put your little brother in danger?
But it's with Hemu gone.
All right. I understand. Let's get you out of here.
Bayek, look at that.
I have to loot things first, and I definitely have to knock
I'd
over
like
all
to
these
know myself.
shopties.
Must be very old.
So fun.
Someday.
Oh, I need to get that too.
Which one? Ancient writing from the Old Kingdom.
Old Kingdom. It's not. It's not even
Which
real.
way did you get in?
That way. But that's where the hyenas
Let's see
are.
if I can zoom in on it.
Bayek?
Can actually use photo
I want
mode.
to tell you, well,
What is
Chandra,
it, Chandra?
just hang on for a second.
they asked where you were, and
Oh my gosh.
I didn't think it would hurt anybody if I told them.
Chandra, don't feel bad. You had no way of knowing what they would do. Anyone would have done the same thing in your place.
I guess.
I feel like some people would not be as nice as Bayek is about that. Some people would probably get angry at the poor kid. Obviously not his fault. Yeah, these are real glyphs. They've clearly been taken from something, but they're kind of just haphazardly put together. I've seen a lot of questions about this because it stands out so much in the game. He says like ancient writing from the Old Kingdom. It doesn't actually look like Old Egyptian to me. Let's see if I can get closer. I really cannot read anything. It's clearly taken from a real Egyptian text, though. Looks like some of the glyphs have been turned sideways.
Here comes a Coptic sentence transcribed phonetically.
Okay. Oh man, I almost got it. Something I heard Hoiteevol. So like hyenas out. Can you just put it in the chat again? Let me see if I can hear it again.
Haha. Here it comes, af bouquet pierra, ayon teval.
Oh man, that is tough. Can you hear her saying it? Maybe I can watch it in the video and figure it out. Wait, let me make sure I got everything. No, I didn't get everything at all. You're gonna have to hold on, Chenzura. Oh wait, I gotta get in there. I haven't even got in there yet. I didn't go up here. Okay, just hang out for a second.
Chenzura needs to stop shouting so much.
I know. He's got no chill. No chill at all, Chenzura. I'm coming back. Yeah, I know, bud. I think I have to go this way. Yeah. This is what I missed. I turned right before. Oh, wow. How am I missing so many things? I need to get this thing. Definitely don't want to leave that behind because there's some point in the future where that's like the limiting factor of what you can and can't do. I think this is probably on the other side of the mountain. I think you have to go in from the other side, and there's like a tomb over there. Gosh, I'm getting so many things lighting up though. Okay, it was that too, and then all the other things I think are on the other side.
I don't like how claustrophobic the tombs are.
Yeah, same. I'm naturally super claustrophobic and things like that. Kind of freak me out. Look at the way the rib cage like rolls around. That's so neat. Oh, and there's a skull. Oh man, I would totally keep that if this were real life. That's awesome. You could like articulate it and stand it up.
I understand the game is set around the end of the Ptolemaic period. So should the in-game language be some form of Demotic or early Coptic?
Yeah, I think I was starting to say something like that and then I got distracted. Yeah, we actually know what this language would have sounded like. We can reconstruct it. We could speak it if we wanted to. So it's... that's the thing. That's why I don't feel too bad being like such a nerd and nitpicking the language, because it's like... it's a genuine missed opportunity. This could just have like actual spoken language in it that we know. And they just didn't think of that, I guess.
Go on.
Could I be a magi like you one day?
Absolutely.
Well, you can start by looking out for your brother and not taking him to dangerous places.
Fair.
I promise.
Now get back home.
Alright. I don't feel the least bit bad about fighting the Hoite, because they are not friendly. And let's just like drop this thing. How do I drop the torch? Is it triangle? Wait. Square? No. Circle? No. X? R2? Yeah. Okay, that works. Somewhere on the other side there's a tomb that I can go in. I know it's around here somewhere. Let's just let Senu help us out. Oh, it's right there. Look at that.
Is there even a clear-cut boundary between Demotic and Coptic when it comes to the spoken language?
No. That question was, is there a clear-cut boundary between Demotic and Coptic?
We used to keep it pristine here.
Old Coptic texts, which are like Greek glosses on Demotic texts, generally show the A vowels where we would have O vowels.
Using the necropolis as a den. No wonder it looks like this.
Okay, we got it. So it would look like Akhmimic or Lycopolitan or something, where they have the A vowels, the stressed A vowel instead of O. So it hadn't or didn't undergo that vowel shift that's battleships that you see in Saitic and Bohairic dialects, which is also paralleled in Hebrew, like the Tiberian pronunciation of Hebrew. You see where the long A becomes O, and then Coptic. Those dialects of Coptic also have the short, stressed A enclosed syllable becoming omicron, and then stressed A and open syllable becoming omega. The old Coptic glosses don't show that, so it looks like either it hadn't happened yet, which I think is less likely, or it had only happened in certain places, not in the place where they were vocalizing it.
Are there actually canopic jars in all the tombs? Or just the rich ones?
I think just the rich ones. Yeah, definitely just the rich ones. Those things would have been expensive. And, yeah, people had a lot less stuff, too. They weren't all dirt poor, like some people like to say, but they definitely didn't have kind of the amount of random junk that we have. You don't really see ancient Egyptian yard sales.
I have missed you. I only wish you
could
have
smash this? Oh, okay. Let's see, what else can I find in here? I didn't interact with that yet because I feel like it's going to talk a lot.
I'm going to learn Akhmemic. Mute aha.
There you go. Learn Akhmemic. If you're in the Coptic dialects class, you'll definitely see plenty of examples of Akhmemic. And there's also a book called Coptic Chrestomathy by Till, I think. I'm not sure. I have a PDF of it, though. I can share it with you, so just like shoot me an email and remind me. It has Akhmemic.
It has been too long, son.
Imagine like his little friends made all the handprints. That's kind of nice. Okay, let's see if there's any more stuff. Man, that is a lot of dings for there not to be any stuff in here. I guess it's the interactive things on the other side, maybe? I really don't know. I'm going to try to control myself and not fuss over.
Why are there so many random jars on the ground in random places?
I don't know that. We find lots of jars. That's a pretty regular feature. You know, we have like piles and piles and piles of pot shards from ancient Egyptian archaeological sites. So there were lots of jars around. Yeah, I'd say it's not inauthentic. There might have been. There probably were, because you had to use jars for just about everything. You really didn't have any other way of storing things. Okay, family reunion and water rats. I think I'm going to save these for next time. I'm probably going to go for the day, but like I said, this video will be...
wouldn't they be deliberately placed in corners or along walls?
Oh, yeah, for sure. They would be jars. Wouldn't jars be placed deliberately in corners or along walls? Not just kind of like randomly. Yeah, of course they would be. I think there's a certain amount of messiness that comes with creating a video game environment that doesn't exactly match real life. Like here, there's just like junk everywhere. Like broken wagon. That wood would have been extraordinarily valuable. You wouldn't have just let it rot. But then again, there are people with classic cars rusting in their backyards. So, you know, who knows? Maybe this is more authentic than we like to think. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go for the day. Thank you, everyone who watched. I'll put this video up on my YouTube channel. And I should be back at the same time next week. And we will continue with the quests. So yeah, thanks, everyone.
This was really cool.
Good. Oh, whoops.